everyone. Welcome to a little card making craft party today. We're going to make some really pretty cards with the Two Tone Flora stamp set. And this is a free online class. It's the fourth one of a 4-week series of Celebrate Love. That was my theme for these 4 weeks. And every week I've done a full-blown class free online. So I'm going to, first before we get started, I just have to get all my equipment going here. So I'm looking at my tablet. I have my tablet here so that I can see what you're looking at. So there we go with that. And then I've also got my computer here. So I have to get that queued up so I see your comments, because that's the only place I can see your comments. Once I turn my phone down to do the video, then I can't see your comments. Otherwise, I can see them on my phone too. Okay, I'm just scrolling down. So when you come on, just say hi. Even if you're watching replay, say hello and let me know where you're from. Hi, Kay. So people are seeing me now. I think I just got live. Thank you for the hearts. So that's excellent. All right, so I think we're ready to go. If you're watching on Facebook and you haven't liked or followed my page, I would love for you to do that, and then you won't miss anything in the future. If you're watching on YouTube, I always upload my Facebook Lives to YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell for the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Alrighty, we're ready to go here. I'm going to click a button and I'm going to go upside down, and then you'll go right side up. Hang on, here's a tool. Okay, here's the upside down. And then now we should be pretty close to, hopefully. Takes a while for Facebook to catch up with the camera. Looks like I need to go this way a little bit so I can get everything adjusted. I've got these cards here, a little bit of housekeeping. This is the last week to subscribe or to register for my Be Creative Club. This is my Playing in the Rain class. So you make 5 cards, you get a half a pack of the DSP, a whole pack of the ribbon, and some of the embellishments. And it's my Be Creative Club. You don't actually have to subscribe. You can just take it as a class alone. If you're here in Lincoln or you're local, you can come to the class on February, let me check the date here, February 23rd. Hi, Pam. Hi, Diane. Oh, good. All my friends are finding me today. So the Playing in the Rain class in person is February 23rd, is $35. If you need shipping, it's $6 more. Is all. So let me know, and if you add this bundle, the Playing in the Rain bundle is $54. You can, which is the stamps and the dies, you can earn also a celebration freebie. So I'm going to actually, before we move on here, I'm going to put the link to register for this class in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll be putting it in the video description, so it'll be there for you too. Here I am putting it in the comments, so it should come up now. It should come up pretty quick anyway. All right, so that's that. That was a fun class to create. I had fun with that. Today we're going to look at a beautiful stamp set, and I'm so excited about this because I made the cards I'm going to show you, most of them, several weeks ago, and they've been sitting here, and I just think they're so pretty. So, even though we're doing Celebrate Love, we're not doing straight up Valentine's. So I chose these two because they're just really beautiful to work with, and I was anxious to share what I've made with you. This whole suite of products can be found on pages 14 and 15 in the mini catalog. I realize that you can't see the whole thing in the video. These are all the samples. And then it's here on page 6 where you see all the things that you get in the suite. It's a whole suite if you want to get the paper, the gems, the ribbon, the shimmer paper, and the 2 stamps, the 2 bundles. You can get that whole thing is $139.50. But if you just want the bundle, it's $54. Sorry, I said that wrong. $55.75, and the number is 160414. So that's what we're going to play with today, and it's just so pretty. This paper is what Stampin' Up! Used this whole theme at our onstage a couple of months ago, and everything was just so beautiful on the tables, on the displays, and everything like that. One last little bookkeeping thing. This card I made with the Love for You set. I pulled in the rose gold paper, and that's an annual catalog. And then this paper, brushed metallic, I think it is. It's in the mini catalog. But I had a lot of fun playing with this. I think I'm going to do a whole class with this. Probably might be a Valentine's special next week. So I haven't made it yet, so that's not 100%. But I am going to send the tutorial for this card to all my email subscribers. So that'll be in your email this week if you're subscribing to my email. If you're not subscribing to my email, I'm going to put that link in the comments. Or again, on YouTube, it'll be in the video description. So let me go ahead and write. Oh, Pam, February 23rd is your birthday? Perfect. Well, we'll have to do some celebrating somehow that day. That sounds wonderful. Okay, there's that. Let's get stamping. The first card I'm going to make for you. So I'm going to make 3 of my cards are note cards. So I don't know if you've discovered these in the catalog. And I did actually decorate the envelope too. What was I going to say? So the note cards are in the annual catalog. You get 20 of them for, I should look that up. But you get the cards, and the cards are already cut and scored. And the envelopes, I didn't have this marked. If you can tell, I think it's back this way actually. In the annual catalog, it's not back this way. Okay, sorry about that. Let me find it quick. It is on they are on page 137. They're down here in the corner here. And the number for those is the white ones. You can get white or vanilla. The white ones are 159232. And once in a while, I find it's really handy to just have everything already cut and ready to go. I forgot to look up the price, but I think it's $7. It might be $7.50, something like that. Okay, let's get to making this first card. The paper, I forgot to pull out my paper pad, but the paper is Two Tone Flora Designer Series paper. Oh boy, I don't know. Let me pull up catalog quick again, sorry. I thought it was pretty organized, but you know, it was one of those mornings. Had an accident with Brady, had to deal with that. Brady's our dog, and he's been ill, but he's doing much better. The Fancy Flora, it's called Fancy Flora Designer Series paper, 160413, and that's $12. It's on page 15. We looked at those 2 pages when we first got started. Okay, I'm taking a piece of basic white. This is 3x4, I think. No, 3x4.5. And now we'll deal with this stuff later. We're going to get out some 2-step stamping. This is one of my favorite kinds of stamping. I did this a lot when I first started stamping because I didn't buy background paper. So this is kind of like making your own background paper. I'm going to grab some scrap paper to stamp off on so you don't have to look at a whole complete mess of stuff while I'm stamping. Whoops. So this class, you can get all the supplies for this class that I'm making. I think I stamped these off. I'm not 100%, but I think I did. So I'm going to go up here. You can get all the supplies for all the cards I'm making free with a minimum $35 order. using the host code. So you have to make sure you use the host code. This host code. So I want to make sure I leave room for leaves. And when I do this kind of background stamping, I'm calling it, I try to go in triangles. So I've got a triangle here. I'm gonna go, maybe if I go here, it makes a triangle here. And I just have to remember to stamp off every time. And I'm going to go here. I'm leaving this for the greeting. And we've got to put our leaves on, so we need room for the leaves too. Less is more when you're trying to do this, when you've got multiple images. So just leave yourself more room. You can always add more later. So now I'm taking, there's a little inside stamp. Hi, Kathy. Good afternoon. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to just now stamp the inside of these little flowers. I might have to get my head in the camera to get over the top of it. So let's get rid of that for a minute. And then I just love to do this kind of stamping because it's just straight stamping. You're not cutting and die cutting and all that. It's just stamping, so it's like instant gratification. Okay, we're gonna stop with that. If we have to add another flower, we can come back and add it. And two-step stamping is also a wow too. And two-step stamping just simply means that you need 2 images to complete 1 image. So there's 2 steps to the final image. I'm not sure if I stamped this off. Let me check the saturation here. No, I don't think I did. So this is soft succulent, one of my favorite greens. And we're just going to go up here and start filling in some leaves. Now I'm not exactly, touching my flowers, but I'm getting near them. And you can do this to actually a whole sheet of, stick one here, 8.5 by 11 basic white paper, and then you make multiple cards. Just kind of keep to that principle of triangles and leaving enough space to get your other images in. Let's go. This guy probably needs a leaf coming out here. Well, let's see. We've got one coming out there. Let's go down with this one. Oh, that's gonna mess up where I'm doing my greeting. Oh well, it's okay. You get the idea of it. And then this one will go here. Okay. Looks like we need something here. Let's go ahead and fill that in a moment. I'm gonna grab back my my little flowers and stamp off. And then just do a little flower up here in the very corner, and then we'll just get our inside flowers and stamp this one more time like there. Maybe we need a little leaf someplace up there. Let me grab the leaf stamp back, and you can just play with this. It's just fun and it's relaxing. I don't know how those of you that are watching use stamping for therapy, but stamping is a therapy for me. Definitely therapy. It was when I was teaching full-time for sure. I wasn't doing it as a business then, but it's still therapy. And that's my favorite kind of stamping, what you just saw. Then I'm just going to take a little bigger piece of Orchid Oasis, which is just a touch bigger. It's 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And if you put in a $50 order, you get all the card supplies, and you also get the PDF. And if you put in a $50 order, you also get a free celebration product. So that is really good. And you get a packet with a $50 order this week. You can also get a packet of the iridescent pastel gems. These are my my gift this week for using the host code. So you get a lot of stuff for a $50 order. But you also get all the card supplies. Nothing will be stamped in the kit of card supplies because that is against Stampin' Up! Policy. So you do need your own stamps. But the cards, the templates for these cards are fairly easy. So I don't think you'll have trouble adapting them to what you already have if you don't have these or you don't want to buy these. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Orchid Oasis and I'm going to make sure I ink this really, really well because whoops, I should have done that before I put my mat on. So hopefully I don't make a mistake. I should have done my greeting first actually, but I didn't. So we're going to kind of tuck this in here. We'll go right over that green leaf and that'll be okay. Nothing fancy, just love. You can still see it. Ideally, I wouldn't have been stamping over the leaf, but it's still pretty that way. Then we're just gonna add it to our note card here, our little note card. And these they can be put in the mail just like this. There isn't any issue with postage or anything like that. Whoops. So, and I just love this color, this Orchid Oasis. It's one of my favorite. Hi, Christy. Oh, shoot. Your iPad is not working for you. That's frustrating. Okay, but I'm glad you're watching on your phone. That's really good. Now we're going to take these gems. I just love these gems. I guess we don't need that guy. And we're going to put sparkle on it because, you know, we need the bling. So for this one, I'm going to alternate. Let's see, I'm going to use the lightest ones. You probably can't see that with the white, under the white. Well, you might be able to see it better when I put them on the card. So I'm going to put a few large ones, but I'm not going to put one on each of the flower groupings because there's a lot of little flower centers and I don't really think we need all that. Plus, you know, I'm stingy with my gems sometimes. So then I'll take some smaller ones on these and I'm kind of just putting them right in the middle of this little sprig of flowers. So look at that, you guys. I don't know if it comes across in person or on the video as beautiful as it is in person, but it's so pretty. I just love this whole bundle. Okay, now this is another piece of paper. This paper is cut 2 inches by 5.5, and we're gonna decorate our envelope on this too. So what I do with this is I go fairly close to the edge, but not super close because, you know, liquid glue, it has a life of its own. So this is Tombow liquid glue, and it's really good for things like this where you especially want everything to really stay completely attached. So I'm just going to line this up. Whoops. And it is, you know, since it is liquid, it can slip, but that's also a good thing because you can move it if you need to. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Hi, Libby. Alrighty, so we're just going to then trim around the envelope. So I did this little pack of cards. It's been probably 6 or 7 weeks ago because I did it as a celebration display if people were interested in this suite, since it's $139. Right now you can get $175 worth of products for just $99, and you also get the little boho blue mini for that. And you know, this is $139 the whole suite, but you would have more to spend till you get to $175. So there's our cute, sweet little, nothing fancy, just love. So there's our card number. I'll leave this here while I get the next one ready. How do you like that one? How many of you really love Orchid Oasis? Just put a yes in the comments because I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. I was so excited when they added it to the in colors. Okay, now we're going to use a different color scheme. We'll set that one aside. Now we're going to use Calypso Coral, and we're going to keep with soft succulent. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my note card. This is where your bone folder comes in really handy, like this. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Kay likes it too. Good, awesome. I just love it. I don't know, you know, you don't have to be an artist. Anyone can do this. I never felt like I had any artistic talent at all. I was a musician. Played the piano and I sang. I taught music. I never did anything artistic. But stamping, you know, the artwork's already been done for you. You just get to put ink on it and stamp it, and already you're an artist. Okay, so for this one, we're not stamping right on the card. We're stamping on a piece of basic white that is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. It's the same size as the DSP was on, or as the Orchid Oasis layer was on our first card. Now, we're going to use this side, but for now, I'm going to kind of use this as a guide. Now, we'll go back to our soft succulent ink. Pamela, you've done different kinds of crafting for stress release, and now you have a cat. Anything with yarn is out the door. Well, you know, pets are the best. So if I had to give up something for my pet, I would. So I realize that's a sacrifice, but at the same time, you know, they're the best company. Okay, so what I need to do is some of these leaves up and some are going to go down, and I'm going to just give myself kind of a starting point here, knowing where the middle of my paper is. So I'm going to just go ahead now and get rid of it because I kind of know where I have to be. And then I'm going to also stamp off right next to it, like so. Stamping off just means you've already stamped it once and then you stamp it again without re-inking it. And then I'm going to go down here. Again, I kind of got to check where this is going to be. Kind of like that, I think. And then we'll go, let's see, we'll go here. And then I think I'll go back this way to kind of balance that out. Okay, so there's our background of leaves, which is another fun thing to do when you just want to stamp and you don't want to do a lot of die cutting. And then we're going to go ahead and put our designer paper. I think I'll put it down like this. This is a different one than I did for my sample, so I'll show you both of them when we get done and see which one you like better. I'm lining this up with my grid. Going to go ahead and get this where I think it's pretty much in the middle. I think that's about right. Close enough. All right, so then we got that, and we can go ahead and let's go ahead and put this on our card because we're done with this part of it. Kathy, you always wanted to teach music, but you became a mother early, so never went back to school. Well, that's a beautiful thing too. I didn't get married till later, and we didn't have children. We tried, but the Lord didn't bless us with children. But I did have lots of children in my life during the day teaching, and I always said they were the best. They maybe were the best kind of children to have because I didn't have to go through labor, and they went home every day at 3:30. So, you know, there's something for that too. Okay, let's grab the stamps for this one. And this is going to be the biggest flower, and we're going to go with Calypso Coral for this. And let's go ahead and get this open. We are going to do some stamping off on this, so I'm going to get, since this is a large flat stamp, let me put this away before we mess it up. Forgot my train of thought. So since I'm doing a large flat stamp, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. These are in the annual catalog. When you get your PDF for your $50 order, you will also get a list of supplies. Okay, I'm going to lightly stamp this off, and then I need some scrap paper. And we're gonna go, oops, I got my finger in the ink. I think I need this lighter. I'm gonna redo that. And there's blotchy, keep getting my hand in the ink here. And it's kind of blotchy, so I'm gonna try this again. This time I'm gonna press it down more firmly, and then here, let's put this, let's go like this. Put this on here. That's better. I like that better. Then we're going to take the insides of the flower, and I think I stamped this the opposite way when I did my sample. I think I did the detail, the flower detail first, because I found it was easier to match it up, but I'll try and keep my head out of the camera. Let's see if I can get it matched up here. Not too bad. We'll go with that. That's pretty good. But if you have this stamp set or you're getting it, I would just say maybe, you know, I'm looking at my sample, and I think I used pale papaya for this. Hang on. I think we need to pull that out and see what we've got here. And where is my pale papaya? Out here. What's so coral? It's not in its place. Hang on just one more minute. Well, that's really odd. I don't know where my ink pad is. There's only one place it belongs. Let me check one more place on my... Nope. Okay. Well, we're going to do it, and we're going to stick with clips. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. That is so weird because it's... Wait a minute. Here it is. Let's just check. Who knows what color this is? Because I don't think it's pale papaya either. Let's try this. If it doesn't work, we're going to go with Calypso Coral, everybody. You're probably going, Joey, move on. Move on. Let's try this. Nope, that's not it. After all that. All right, let's keep going. I have no idea. I think it's... I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. We're going to go with Calypso Coral. Pam, you just like to create with stamps. Me too. I've done a lot of things. I've done crocheting. I've done, you know, my aunt taught me to crochet. I did that. And I embroidered when I was a lot younger. She taught me to do that too. Let me grab, we're going to stamp some leaves first. Let's get back to the leaves. Here they are. And we're going to do those in, let's see. I think we're going to, I think this is Evening Evergreen. You know, guys, when you make a group of cards like weeks and weeks before you do your Facebook Live, you probably ought to take a closer look at it before you get live and figure out what colors you used. I will have that figured out before I finish up the PDF. I've started it, but I haven't finished it. But I will have it for you so you know for sure. Because I've already taken the photos of this, so that's the photo you're going to see when you look at the PDF. So this is my new boho blue mini, which is very, very fun. Let's see, let's get everything on one pass through. So I'm going to cut this off. And then we can get everything in. Pale papaya and Evening Evergreen's pretty though, isn't it? Just don't think it will go with this paper. And then we'll grab the dies. So I have my dies on 2 magnetic sheets. I get these from, this is really pretty. I'll show you what that looks like. Not from Stampin' Up, so they're from another company. But they're the right size to fit in my stamp cases, so I really like them. Let's go here. Now this I might have to look at it in order to figure out where the... Sometimes you have to rotate it You know what I'm saying? Which obviously it's not just falling into place. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Let's see. That's not right. Looks like it should go there. Oh, maybe it does. Nope. Well, maybe. Doesn't it look like it should go there? We're going to go with that. It just doesn't seem right. Because it doesn't go over here. Let me keep trying this and see if that's the best. I should have marked these. Usually, I don't think I had trouble with it the first time, or I would have marked it. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Make sure I've got the right die. Hang on, let me check the dies. I might have the wrong die. That could be part of the problem. There we go. All right, well, don't do as I do. And I think I will grab a piece of washi tape. Hopefully you've got your coffee with you and your wish list, and you're just sitting having an enjoyable time. Maybe you're actually even crafting in your own craft room while you're watching, and which should be nice. Okay, so there's that, and then now I've already lost my leaves. Let's see, where are they? I got flustered with that die, and now I've lost my leaves. Alrighty, well, you know, this is just going to be one of those craft days where it's just a little discombobulated. Let me stamp my leaves again. They'll show up. What I usually do when I've lost something in my craft room is I just start cleaning things up and picking things up, and then they appear. You better go down here. Okay. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can probably just fast forward through these crazy parts where I can't find stuff. All right, let's get this going here with our little boho blue mini. Try that again. And now we're going to get this little leaf down here. It is the most frustrating thing to know you just had something and you can't find it. It makes me crazy. It's like you've just had your hand on it and it disappears. Anybody else? Hi, Margaret. Hi, Carol. Oh, Pam, you're just the sweetest. We're going to go with this guy. Oh, and the tape isn't even holding it, so that's not good. After all that, we got to get this to hold us down. Okay. Now let's go ahead, and these colors are really pretty together though, aren't they? Yesterday when I was making the last card that I'm going to show you, the Fun Fold card, I looked down at my scrap paper and I thought all the colors were so pretty. I think I snapped a photo of it. I'll post it on my page. Okay, we'll set that aside. We need to die cut one more leaf. This card actually was very fast to create. You'd never know it by how long it's taken me today, but we'll get her done. Last night, I had everything ready, all set up last night. And then, as per usual on a Facebook Live day, my morning was just kind of scattered. Steve isn't here. He's in Omaha. My husband is in Omaha. We live in Lincoln, Nebraska. Omaha is where his company is. He works for Bank of the West. He's their cybersecurity officer. And they have a lot of meetings this week, so he's staying in Omaha. So my point of saying all that is I have the DOG by myself, and he's pretty high maintenance right now. He has to go out quite a bit because of the medication he's on. which is fine. I love him. I love him dearly, so I'm happy to take care of him and help him. He's feeling much, much better than he was. But, you know, when you're used to having a little help and somebody else to share the load, you can't always plan your time like you normally can when you have a helper. Alrighty, we're just going to make this a thank you card. I think thank you cards are so nice to send, and I do send quite a lot of thank you cards, mostly customer thank you cards, but once in a while to someone else too. So again, this is this set, the Something Fancy, and I just die cut a small circle. If you have a circle punch, you could go ahead and, yeah, that's good. You could just use a small circle punch on this. But in your card kit, I will have a circle for you, and you'll get all the DSP and all the parts. Obviously, I can't send the stamped images, but you'll get everything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this card. Let me grab some mini glue dots. Hi, Alice. Welcome from Indiana. Maggie, you do it all the time. Oh, good. We have friends, all of you, in common, or at least, you know, some of us that are scatterbrained, can't find stuff in front of us. I'm going to put this leaf on with a mini glue dot like that. I'm just putting it right on the back of the flower. Same thing with this guy. This little leaf, pull him up with the... Oh yeah, and then when I was putting my makeup on this morning, I jabbed my eye with the mascara, which I don't remember the last time. I don't want that there. I don't remember the last time I did that. You know, occasionally it happens, but it's been forever since I've done that, and that was super annoying. Okay, I'm just really messing this up. I want this here, like off to the side. There we go. I'm going to go with that. This is still a mystery to me, my friends. I have no idea what color I used. I thought it was Calypso Coral, and then it doesn't look... Now, the other thing it could be, sometimes when you don't re-ink your ink pads, they are lighter when you stamp them, but I don't think they'd be that much lighter. But anyway, it's pretty. This is going to go with the paper anyway. We have that Calypso Coral in there. I just stamped it. Isn't that just beautiful? And these little note cards, they make it so easy because I didn't have to cut them. Cut the cardstock or anything. Cut a little bit of pattern paper. And you'll get the cards and envelopes with your kit. So I have... What's my... Oh, and here's my paper for this one. So there's our two... Oh, we don't have our gems. That's not acceptable. Let's go to our iridescent pastel gems, these are called. And we're going to use this darker one. We're going to put 3 in the center of our flower. And these are just so pretty in person. I hope how pretty the art comes through on the video. And then we'll put maybe a bigger one down here somewhere. Gonna make kind of a triangle here too. So I'm gonna go here, there, and then maybe up here. So then we kind of have a triangle with our gems. Okay, there's that one. It looks pretty with that paper, and this looks pretty with this paper. It's all in the same paper stack. Hi, Pam. Okay, good. All right, so there's our second one. We're on to our third one. I've got 4 for you today. This one is, we're going to use a whole new purple. We're going to use purples in this, so that's going to be kind of fun. Let me grab the scrap paper back, although I used up my scrap paper. I think maybe this is for scrap paper though, now that I'm looking at my card. So let's go ahead and take those out of our way and do a little bit of stamping. We're going to use the next smaller flower for this one. This one, it's going to be this one, and did I get the inside? Yeah, and then this one is the inside. So this time I am going to do my detail first before my my fill-in. So I think it's a little bit easier with this stamp set. So I'm going back to my Orchid Oasis, and then I'm going to combine. I picked my colors out of this designer series paper. So then I'm going to grab my fresh freesia. I love fresh freesia. I don't know if I love it better. I think I love it better even than Orchid Oasis. But I love both of them because I just do. All right, so now let's get our fresh freesia, and then I don't think we have to stamp off. I think we can go right on the top of this. Again, I kind of have to line this up, and I think that's about right. Right there. So then we have fresh freesia, and that's not very good. Let's do that again. I'll try it the other way this time. I do try to put my stamps all going the same way if I'm two-step stamping, especially something like this where it seems like you have to kind of move your stamp around to line it up. Again, if I'd have made these yesterday, I probably would be a little faster at it. Let's see, where does this go? I think this goes like... I'm looking through the top here. I'm not sure. I think this is pretty close. Let's try it. There you go. That's better. It's better than that one. So we got that one. And then we're just going to die cut this one. We don't need to die cut anything else on this. So I'm going to go back to my dies, and this time I think I will. See how sometimes they kind of look alike, and I'm not actually sure which is which. I think this one. No, maybe not. Let's try this one. Yep, that's it. Okay. Somehow I'm going to figure out a way to mark that so I know what die. It seems like the stamps are noticeably a different size, but it seems like the dies kind of all look like they're the same. So we'll get rid of this, and let's get this down here like so. And let's grab just a little bit of washi tape for that one. Carol, thank you. Oh, Diane, you know I love bling too. We're sisters on the bling thing. Oops, I moved it. Let me go this way, like so. Thanks, you guys, for sticking with me today. I know when I do a full online class, it's long because I'm actually doing what I would do if I had people here. Now I lost my place. Here we go. Although actually when they're in person, I don't demonstrate because they have the PDF before they come. And so I don't really need to show them. So online is different in that respect. You see me actually make the cards, so you can make them too if you want to. You've seen how it works and how I'm making them, and then you can do that with whatever you have at home or purchase the bundle. All right, so let's go ahead and make the rest of our card. For this card, I'm going to stamp my greeting on. We're going to stamp grateful for the everyday magic of you, which I really love that saying. And we're going to take a piece of fresh freesia. I think it's 3/4. Yeah, I think 3/4 by 3.5. And we're going to go back to Orchid Oasis, or maybe I used for this, I might have used Starry Sky. Well, we're going to use Starry Sky. whether I used it before or not, because I did use Starry Sky for one of the layers for this, so we're just going to use it. Hi Pam, you've got my card kit, but I'm using frame fluorescent. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. Most of us, if we've been stamping for a while, we have a flower set or two or a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this. And so, and you might be able to use something besides flowers for this, but it is, some of the designs are pretty floral. A lot of them are kind of just like pink splotches, but some are floral. Okay, so let's get the, this is the pick your banner punch, something like that. I'm going to slide this in on the 3/4 inch slot right there, and I'm going to turn it over actually so I can see where it's stamping, or where it's punching, so that it's not crooked. Sometimes we can get it in there and it's not exactly centered, so I want to make sure I'm centering it. Hopefully you can see that. Although it's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward to have you be seeing it, but we got it. Okay, so there we go. And then we've got our flower. Pam, you're getting a little more fun money in my budget. That sounds good. That sounds awesome. Congratulations. That makes life a little extra fun. All right, my friends, we're ready to make this third card and get this all put together here. So I'll tell you the truth. I was having this celebration kickoff party at the one in person, and I wanted to make a display for that had $175 worth of products on it, along with the boho blue mini machine. But I also wanted to put a whole suite of products that they could get if they were joining Stampin' Up. And so I made these quick in about an hour. I know that seems not true because today it's taken me longer. I'm running into interference with my own process here. But that day I made these pretty quick and simple, so I thought, well, I'll just share these because we all need quick and simple stamps once in a while, or cards once in a while. So basically all we're doing some die cutting, but I'm not doing a lot of intricate die cutting for this. In fact, for this one, I guess I got those all pulled. For this one, I just die cut the leaves without stamping them. So this is Pool Party, and I'm going to put these leaves right on the back of our pink and purple flower, kind of like that. So let me get the mini glue dots. And of course those have disappeared. Here we go. So Steve won't be back till tomorrow. What am I doing here? Let's put a couple mini glue dots on here. But he's getting to meet a lot of people. His company just was bought by this new bank. They're called the Bank of Montreal. His bank was called Bank of the West. And so they're getting to know everybody, meeting today. So that's what he's doing. I think I kind of nested this flower kind of like right here. Like so. We're going to put a bow there. So I think that'll look all right. I didn't exactly get my flower lined up with the die I see. But, you know, it's okay. You know, whoever gets this card is not going to look at that. So we need to remember that. You know, when we're trying to get our cards done for an occasion, that they don't have to be perfect. They're homemade. So, handmade. Okay, so there's that. Alrighty, then let's go ahead and get our greeting on. I'm just going to stick our greeting down here, like so. So we need dimensionals for that too. You know, does this sound terrible? Sometimes I actually enjoy my husband not being here because I don't have to think too much about meals. You know, I don't have to work around another person's schedule, but then I miss him when he's gone. I miss him, and I'm always glad to see him when he comes home. But, you know, Brady and I are just kind of hanging out, doing whatever we want to do when we want to do it, for the most part. All right, I'm taking the mint macaron ribbon. This is mint, or is it pool party? It's pool party. And just tying a bow. This is the prettiest, nicest ribbon. And it ties so easily. It's easy to work with, and it looks pretty when you're done tying the bow. So I've enjoyed using it for these cards. Let's see. Where's this tail supposed to go? I think it's supposed to go that way. So this is in the mini catalog. It's in the back of the mini catalog with all the ribbons and gems and things like that. Okay, I'm going to put, since it's a little bit thicker ribbon, I'm going to add, not thicker, but wider, I'm going to add 2 mini glue dots. And then we're just going to kind of stick this guy under the rose. Or if it is a rose, under the flower. And then let's get our gems. And we've got another card done. Looks like there's some, oh, that's my washi tape. Okay, so we got rid of that. I'm going to take your pick tool and the pointed end, and I'm going to use, for this one, I'm going to go to these kind of, I think these are supposed to be pool party, not 100% sure. Put this in. I think we need a bigger one there. I'm going to grab a bigger one. If you don't press them down really hard when you first put them down, if you just kind of place them, they you can move them if you feel like you didn't really want them in that particular place. Put one here on the greeting, and then let's put another small one down here on the this layer. All right, my friends, so there's that one. And then the envelopes that go with this one. Okay, so there's that. Now, the last one, I can't wait to show you this one because this is a really fun fold. I know that seems like an odd way to say it, but it's really fun. It's really easy, and I think you're really going to enjoy it, and I hope you use it to make some cards too, and then you let me know that you have tried it. I want you to try this, and then you let me know when you've tried it. I am going to show you all the steps for this so that you know how to make it from scratch. All right, so I started with a piece of this same paper, the floral paper that has the specific design on it. And I think this is most effective when you do that. You can certainly do it with a scattered pattern, but I think it's most effective to do it like this. Any DSP will do that has a pattern. And then I've cut this 5.5 by 8.5 like normal, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 and 1.5. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yep, 1.5 and 4 1/4. So that's how I have scored it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and we'll get the card ready to go. And then I'm going to fold this, fold it like your regular card, then just fold this little flap back on itself. So you have this here, like so. Okay, then, now here's the trick with this. We're going to grab our designer paper, and I'll get I need a strip of white that's going to go here. I think I've already cut that to size, but I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. And we're going to cut this whole piece. I'm going to put this aside for a moment. I'm going to cut this whole piece. And I want this cascading floral pattern to show. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. And then we're going to leave it by 6. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're just going to cut this by 5 1/4. Now, here's the key to this. I got to get all this stuff out of the way. You might not be able to see all this, but now I'm going to cut this let me grab my directions here for how I'm cutting this. So I'm cutting this at 1 1/4. So we'll come up here. Sorry, I'm getting out of the picture. I'll try to stay in the picture. 1 1/4. Is that right? This is 1 1/4. Yeah, that's right. So 1 1/4. And then we're gonna go, oh crap, I did this wrong. I was looking at the wrong measurements. Oh, well, we gotta start over with that. Darn it, you guys, I'm sorry. I just grabbed the wrong measurement. So we need to grab that DSP. Hopefully I have another one of those. It's on the back of this. The yellow and green. I should have pulled 2 just in case, although we might have to pull something else that's similar if I don't have another one, but maybe I have another one. We'll see. I know I have a new pack of this, so if I really need to, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's see if I can get this right, Joey. All right, we'll keep that for another card. Now, let's start over. Let's go ahead and cut this. We're going to be like this. We're going to be like this. Let's see, it'll go back like this. So, yeah, so we're going to go back to 5 1/4 for the DSP. Okay, now in the PDF, I already have this one in there. It's all got the right measurements. And then we're going to go down here to cut at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Gotta find it right here. It's 1 1/8. Okay. And then 2 1/8. Like that. And that should come out exactly right. So does that make sense? This is your 6-inch piece, and then all we did was cut up 5 1/4 from the bottom. Okay? All right. Now, here's the trick with this. We're going to take this first biggest piece. So this is going to go like this, and so we're going to kind of leave that 1/8 inch around it. So it's our normal 1/8 inch border. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. Let's make sure I got my flowers going the right way. They'll go like this to complete the pattern. So I'm going to put the adhesive. I'm lining this up here so I can see this fold line so that I don't put adhesive over on. I don't want adhesive past the fold line on the back. So that tells me where I can put it. So I'm going to leave that little 1/8 border all the way around there. So this comes like this. Make sense? Okay, so now when we open it, I'm also going to put my white piece over here. Now this white piece is a little bit of a weird measurement. So it's 1 3/4, and then I put a plus. A plus for me means 1/16. Oh, I was going to stamp this a little bit. Let me stamp this first. I'm going to grab our Calypso Coral. So when you see, otherwise this would be 1 13/16, and no one wants to deal with 1 13/16. So I always say it's 1 3/4 plus, and the plus is that 1/16. Let's go ahead and stamp this flower. We're going to stamp off like so. Then we're going to come back here and make this little flower down. Oh, I got a ink on it, so we'll just cover that up with the flower. Okay, now we're gonna grab the, I think for this I used soft seafoam. I felt like that works better for the colors in the paper. So soft seafoam is very, very, very soft. I want to make sure that I don't have any dark green ink on this. And then we're just gonna put a little leaf like down here So okay, so that's the inside of our card. Because for this particular card, I'm not going to put a greeting on the inside, but we need a little place to write. So that's going to be our place to write. So we're going to do this. Kathy, the color of the cardstock is Calypso Coral. Well, it's not surprising you might be mixed up, because I've been a little mixed up this morning so far. Maggie, you cut your paper wrong all the time. Kay, you've done it too. Again, you are my people, so we're all good. Now this one, it's going to go here, and this one is going to go here. So see what's happening here? We have our whole cascade of flowers coming as they should, as they were on the DSP. So I'm going to actually do this one first so I can kind of line up that small piece easier, like this. Actually, let me see. I'm going to put this here. Okay, yeah. So we need to be over a little bit. I'm lining this. I'm putting about 1/8 of an inch from the score line. Trying to make sure it's also straight there. And then this last piece of DSP, this smaller one, is going to go here. I'm so anxious. I just tried this for the first time a couple days ago, so I'm so anxious to try some other designer series paper with this idea, because I think it's cool, very cool. So there's like that. So when your recipient opens their card, this is what they see. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's finish this. We've got a little bit of stamping to do here. So I'm going to go back to my die cutting machine, and we're going to cut a label. And this is from those, the Something Fancy dies that I showed you earlier. Is this big enough? Not sure. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, so all I'm going to do, they have these fun little, you can put a leaf or a flower pattern. We're going to use the leaf pattern on this, and I just pretty much line it up with the top there. And let's live on the wild side, and I'm not going to put washi tape there. We'll see how this goes. Well, maybe I'm going to need to. It doesn't really want to stay. Well, part of the problem is this. It's on the wrong. There we go. These plates are so clear because they're new. I don't even see the second one through it. So let's try this again. My other ones are all cut up and kind of, you know, milky, so to speak. Okay, that should be good. Let's go with that. Drop this down, start turning, hold it firm. I always have to remind my people to hold on to the handle when you're cranking it through, because it's a little bit of a push. Okay, that's all the die cutting we need for this card, and we can get it finished up, I think. Wait, hold on, I need one more piece, but I think I already die cut it. Did I? No, I know I did. Let me find it. Here it is. So I did that same thing that we did on the other card. I just die cut the leaf by itself. I didn't stamp it first. So as I said, the day I did this, I was in a hurry to get it done for an event that night. So I didn't do a lot of stamping and a lot of die cutting. We're doing some today, obviously, but I just kind of whipped these cards together. Actually, not this one. That's kind of a lie. This one I didn't make till this week. But the other ones, the little note cards, I made really quickly. Okay, so there we've got that. Then all we're going to do is stamp our greeting. We're going to go back to that Nothing Fancy, Just Love, because we're doing Celebrate Love this week. It's the last of our 4-week series of Celebrate Love. Now, I'll be live again next Wednesday at 12:30. And after next week, we're going to start a birthday series. So we're going to do 6 weeks of birthdays. I'm doing that with a really good friend of mine, a stamping friend. She doesn't live here, but we have been in a swap group together for many years. You know, I don't know, 15, 16, 18 years, I'm not sure. I'm going to stamp this off once. And we're going to collaborate to bring some beautiful birthday cards. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm going to put this just down here. Well, you know what we're going to do first? We are going to do our greeting so we know where this flower and leaf are going to go. So nothing fancy, just love. I got to get over the top of this to be straight. I think that's straight. Close enough. Now I know where to put my flower here off the corner so we don't cover up. We don't cover up too much of that leaf. There we go. And then let's put actually a little color on it with the leaf. So let's go back to our soft sea foam. Oh, yeah, Pam. Oh, yes, we have all put our whole card together and realized we put it on the wrong way to open it. If that's what you're talking about, if I'm understanding you. Oh, yeah, I've done it multiple times. Pretty sure every mistake anybody's made that's watching me, I've already made it at least once. Okay, let's stick our little leaf down at the bottom of that just to put a little color on our label. Then we're going to go back to our card and we're going to put this about here. I think I'm going to, and then this is going to go here. So let me grab some, I think I'll use actually some mini glue dots. I'm not remembering what I used to make my card. So, but I think mini glue dots would probably be good here because I want it to show around the edge. So I'm just going to tack down some mini glue dots on the edge, and I'll use multiple ones. I'll probably use as many as maybe even 4 to keep it. You could use liquid glue, but for the sake of time in a video, I'm not going to use liquid glue because this particular little embellish, or what I want to say, layer, would probably scoot around more than I want it to because of where it is on the card, because this wants to move and open up. So, you know, you might need to, I did crease this pretty well, but sometimes you have to go back and recrease everything so it lays a little more flat. All right, let's pick up some dimensionals. But this is a fun fold. Now, I know I have normally done a 3D, 3 cards and a 3D, but this week we've got 3 cards, 3 note cards, and a fancy fold. So I did a little bit differently this week. I did think through a 3D, and that's one thing I might do next week, or we might do a St. Patrick's Day card. And I haven't decided for sure 100%. Okay, so let's put this here, and then let's kind of line this up along with that tag so it kind of accents your greeting. And then let's get our gems out. Birthday, yes, Maggie, I think it's time for birthday. I never have enough either. And honestly, I've slacked off sending them, which is not okay. So I'm going to get back at that. I'm going to actually put these gems on what I think is the center of the flower. We'll try that and see if we like that. Then one would go up here, which won't be exactly in the center, but it kind of, I think that's okay. And then I'm not sure about down here. I think I'll take a small one and put this down here. Aren't these gems so pretty? So remember, you get a pack of these with a $50 order this week, and you have to use this zip code. Host code, don't use my zip code because it won't work for you. But so there's our 2 cards for this guy. And then we've got all these guys. So what's your favorite card that I made today? I'd really like to know. So you'll have to probably just say the colors. So Calypso Coral. No, let's go Fancy Fold, Fresh Freesia, Calypso Coral. Let's call this one Calypso Coral. Or Orchid Oasis for this one. Let's go. So if you're putting in the comments your favorite, even if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment, because I'll come back and read your comments. I always do. So this would be your favorite. If it's Fancy Fold, write Fancy Fold. If it's Fresh Freesia, write Fresh Freesia. If it's Calypso Coral, if this one's your favorite, write Calypso Coral. If this one's your favorite, put Orchid Oasis. And let's see what we've got. Calypso Coral, Fancy Fold, last one. Kay, you love them all. That's so nice. But I'm just trying to read the rest of your comments. Oh, thanks, Kathy. And Kay and Pam. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And if you're watching replay, make sure you pick your favorite too. And I'll come back and say hello to you. It looks to me like my screen might have frozen. No, they're unfroze. Okay. Fancy Fold first and like all the others, and Calypso Coral. So these two, it looks like, are the most favored, which is, yeah, Calypso Coral I think is a great color, and this paper is just luscious. I'm just saying, it's so pretty. All right, everybody, thank you so much for sticking in there with me if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for watching on Facebook Live. Thanks for watching. I always enjoy seeing you. So yes, Kathy. So you get all the supplies for these cards with a $35 order. If you want the gems and a free celebration product and the PDF, that all comes with a $50 order. So, but you have to use that host code. I will put in. Right now, I'll put in the comments, I will put the link that has the host code embedded in it. So all you have to do is actually click on it. You don't have to write in a host code, because sometimes people can't find where that is, which is, I think, problematic for some people, which is frustrating because it should be really obvious where to put it, and I don't think it is. So let me go ahead and put in the comments. I just now put it in the comments. That's the host code with that's the ordering link. That's the link to my online store with the, yeah, so there it goes, with the host code embedded in it. So you just click on that and then it'll go to the right thing. This is only good through Sunday, so make sure you order. Today's Wednesday. You have through Sunday night to put in your order. And I would love to send out these cards to you. And if you don't have this stamp set, you can do it with something else that you have. It'll be perfect with whatever you have at home. And I'll be anxious to see what you make, so you need to share them with me. All right, you're welcome, everybody. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you next Wednesday too. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available through Messenger or Facebook. Just let me know. Oh, one more thing. So I got my blog published. So I'm just starting. I'm a baby blogger. I have like 2 posts on it, but it is createwithjoey.com, and you can find my email there too if you need me, or my contact information. But all I have is a couple. Oh, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Christy. All right, everybody. Thanks again. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.